Matt, on the back of Tuesday night's result against Northampton, I imagine you're looking for a reaction from your players on Saturday.
It's an interesting word, that, Craig, because usually you want a reaction to a poor performance, and I don't think we played poorly on Tuesday. We played that game again and performed like we did, then generally we get something out of the game. But within that game, there's huge moments and huge moments of action where we've got to improve on. So I don't want a reaction to Tuesday night. I want to freshen the team up in terms of energy and legs and brightness. We're on the back of a 3-game week. Obviously, the journey to Cambridge and what that game entailed, and then obviously Tuesday night. So in terms of looking to utilise the squad, it's certainly something I'll be doing this weekend.
How would you assess Tranmere Rovers' season so far? They got a good late win on Tuesday night.
Yeah, I watched that game. Obviously, they did our prep yesterday, and we've had a staff meeting this morning. Probably not quite got going like they had hoped as yet and expected to as yet, but maybe a bit disjointed. They've had a couple of games called off, suffered with injuries, and moved certain personnel and formations around within their recent games. But in terms of the league, on the back of a good win against Bradford, and obviously you touched upon it there on Tuesday night at Oldham, and nothing better than a last-minute winner and a clean sheet away from home. So we'll come to us in a bit of form and with a bit of confidence. But we know the travel will be difficult for them. It's a long way to come from the northwest of England. But a team with a lot of experience and know-how at this level. And we've got to expect that and understand it and respect it, but also implement ourselves on the game.
A strange quirk of the fixture list, it's almost a year to the day when we played Tranmere that we played them last season at our first league game with supporters after the initial lockdown as well. A great 5-0 win, but I imagine it'll probably be a lot closer this time around.
Yeah, certainly. Look, that was a good day, a good performance, and great we were able to do it in front of a small portion of our fans who'd watched from afar previously and seen results come in, but actually witnessed it that day. So that was a really good day, and one which stays in the memory from last season. But this is totally different in terms of the groups of players, the personnel in terms of each and every team we face this season. Ironic that it's nearly a year to the day, and seeing hopefully a full stadium or a close to capacity stadium, seeing away supporters, seeing a different environment which we're playing in at the moment, and an enjoyable environment certainly in terms of the home games, just gives this season a different feel. It'd be great if we had the same outcome, but on the flip side of that, as a manager, you always you look to win any game of football any way you can, and a scruffy 1-0 would work just as well as a convincing 5-0. But we want to play on the front foot this weekend, put Tuesday behind us, and start looking forward.
Obviously, you've mentioned previously that Sam Nombe is expected to be out for a while, but what about the other injured players? Tim Dieng, Nigel Atangana, how far away are we from seeing them?
Yeah, they're not in contention this weekend. They're moving towards fitness, but this weekend comes too soon for both of those. And it's a shame because certainly the games in recent weeks or in recent times, the midfield battle has been absolutely key. And those are two physical players to be without in that midfield area. Warrior Edwards picked up a knee injury on Monday, which was hence why he was out of the squad on Tuesday night. That was a collision and a bang, so to speak, and it'll all depend on his pain today and tomorrow in relation to the squad this weekend. So the group is a little bit lighter than it has been, and obviously we're at the end of a 3-game week, which physically will have took its toll on the rest of the group as well. So we're certainly not in a bad position by any means. But like I said earlier on, I'll be looking to utilise that squad to input certain areas of energy onto that pitch to improve our performance.
In terms of their recovery and things like that, the fact that there's no midweek game next week, is that a bonus in terms of fitness?
Well, it's a bonus for next week. It doesn't affect this weekend's game in any way. It will mean they'll have a little reset on Sunday and Monday after the game on Saturday. So hopefully they'll put all their efforts into the fixture as they always do. But it's been a pretty gruelling schedule of late, and it'd be nice for the whole club, I suppose, just to have a midweek break and a bit of a breather. We can get a bit of work on the training grounds into the ones who need it, and like you touched upon there, look after the ones who might need a bit of a break, and then the ones who are coming back to fitness, get them more up to speed. So always the balance with the whole squad. But great that there's no travel involved, and like I say, we'll look forward to those couple of days after Saturday, and those couple of days will feel a lot more relaxed and a lot sweeter if we're on the back of a victory.
I know a manager is always keen to and is always looking to improve and add to their squad. With the injuries that we've spoken about, how much are you thinking about January, or how early on in the season had you been thinking about January before the?
You think about it, the moment that the previous window closes, and even before that, our preparation in terms of where we feel our squad is at, and any weaknesses in terms of losing personnel, or but also this period from the last window to Christmas gives you a chance to assess the squad, look at players' performances. As with everything Exeter City related, you've got to look at the value of each and every player. Are they worth the money we're spending in relation to wages? Are they producing on that pitch in terms of their performances? And then looking at the team in terms of the balance. And even before Sam's injury, we were looking to recruit certain personnel, certainly in attacking areas. But that's probably just highlighted the need to do it sooner rather than later, and to bring in bodies who can affect the top area of the pitch, and not leaving ourselves short in that department. But Sam Nombe's not out for the rest of the season. He'll come back and have a big part to play in the remainder of our season. Hopefully that's not too big a period of time in terms of how long he's out for. So we look forward to the moment he comes back in and affects it. But I was delighted Podge got his goal on Tuesday. And it certainly wasn't for want of trying in terms of that attacking department. But as any manager will be saying at this time of year, January is going to be a big window, both in terms of bringing players in and the potential to always lose players.
Finally, then, this weekend is the club's dedicated Rainbow Laces fixture. It's all about reinforcing that message that football is for everyone.
Yeah, absolutely. And the atmosphere at the park has been outstanding this season, hasn't it? I mean, the amount of comments I get from supporters, from players, from staff, from the press, the feel around the place. But that's only part of how people conduct themselves, how they respect each other, first and foremost, and obviously supporting the team. And we've enjoyed the ride so far, and hopefully the supporters have as well. But we want absolutely everyone to enjoy coming to games of football. And if they enjoy coming to games of football at the park to watch Exeter City, then hopefully they'll keep on coming, and keep on supporting that group of players as strongly as they have done so far. So another big weekend, and rightly we publicise what the small part we can play in it this weekend, but that goes across the country as well. And football is a fantastic avenue for people to get the right messages across in public and in society. So we're looking forward to what this weekend brings, and we'll support it any which way we can. And I'm sure our fans will continue to be fantastic.